That is, all the devotees should be told to leave the temple, so there's only a few key figures in the temple who wouldn't be influenced. And then he's allowed to come to Arti, but then he's not allowed to give class. So he should be scurried along and given like a tour of the property or something. So, and I can give examples of a couple of different temples that this happened in. It's kind of humorous. One was in 1996, I believe. It was the Bhaktivedanta Manor. And it was very interesting. So there, I forget whether they allowed Gurudev to do the arti to Prabhupada during the Guru Puja, or just give a flower, I don't remember. But then right after that, they scurried him, at the class time, they scurried him up to in other words, come along, as the class giver was giving the class, to Prabhupada's museum. In the Bhaktivedanta Manor, they have a lot of artifacts, memorabilia of Prabhupada's, what he used, maybe his bed or whatever. So they brought him up there, and Śrila Narayanem Maharadżem had about, maybe there were 30 of us with him at that time, and then another 50 of the devotees from the manor left the classroom, the temple room, and came up to and I forget which Swami it was who was giving the tour of, and here Prabhupada did this, and here he did that. But they wouldn't give him a chair to sit down, because then he might speak. So, in a stand-up position, he was standing, and everybody was standing around him in Prabhupada's quarters, and he gave a half-hour class on his relationship with Prabhupada, which is very beautiful. So then another time was it was the LA temple, and LA temple, he went to the Arti, and we all offered the flowers, and then Hridayananda Maharaj was giving the class, and they took Śrila Narayanem Maharaj out to tour the garden or whatever. So maybe a tour of his quarters upstairs. So then Śrila Narayanem Maharaj, first he went to the manor, then he went to LA, and then he went to Badger. Badger is a community. They call it New Braj. Badger, California. It's way up in the mountains in California, and it was all. It was started by Śrila Prabhupada's disciples, my godbrothers and godsisters, a community of families, basically, and also some other newer devotees who either weren't initiated or who were initiated by some disciples of Śrila Prabhupada. So there, they gave Prabhupada, Gurudev, is it alright if I call him Gurudev?
No, it's
okay. So they gave Gurudev a grand, beautiful welcome of kirtan and arti, and Prabhupada's murti was there, and they all gave speeches about how he helped them to come closer to Prabhupada, and then Srila Gurudev also gave a speech about how he's giving us the key to unlock the great treasure of Prabhupada's books, and I think he gave the analogy at that time that when the parents have a like a bond, like $100 bond or $1 million bond certificate for the child, but if it would give it to the child when he's 6 years old, he might rip it up and play with it or buy 20 million pieces of bubble gum or whatever. So he keeps it that, okay, when you become 18 and this bond matures, then you can collect the money. So, so many things Prabhupada, the devotees already got from Prabhupada. That was the first treasure chest. And then the one inside he said was like the bond. That now it's maturing for you who are here, and now Prabhupada is using me as an instrument to give you that bond. That the treasure chest in his treasure chest. A deeper understanding of his books, in other words. So then he said, when I was in the manor, Prabhupada told me, I am not here. Then he said, when I was in LA, when I was in the garden, Prabhupada came up to me and embraced me and said, I am half here. And then when I came to Badger, Prabhupada told me, I'm fully here. So does that fully answer your question about... Oh, another thing about ISKCON, one more thing, is I can send you one lecture if you want to read it and translate it if you like. One of Gurudev's Harikatha lectures, which he gave in Los Angeles, at the Fu Rama Hotel, maybe 2000, 2001, which we titled Revelation on the Real ISKCON, where Srila Gurudev is explaining what is ISKCON, as I mentioned, and then he also said that Srila Prabhupada himself defined ISKCON with one verse from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Bhakti, what is it? Krishna Bhakti. Vasanti, are you there? Anita, is that you?
Yeah.
Can you go to the folio to the Chaitanya Charitamrita? It's Madhya Lila, chapter 8, Ramananda Rai Sambad, maybe text number 70, which Prabhupada also used to talk about when I first joined him in 1966 at 26 2nd Avenue. I remember distinctly, we're sitting there, Prabhupada's there on the Vyasasana, and he said, Srila Rupa Goswami said, if you can purchase Krishna consciousness, if you find out that you can purchase it at a certain place, then you should purchase it without delay, no matter what the price. And what is the price? The price is the anxiety to have it, or the greed to have it. So in this verse, in a discussion of Rai Ramananda and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rai Ramananda is saying that even after many millions of births of pious activities or the performance of Vaidhi Bhakti, the regulative principles of Vaidhi Bhakti, one may not reach Goloka Vrindavan and Braj Prem. Only one who has great greed to have it can attain it, which means Raganuga Bhakti. So here. So Prabhupada said this verse is the definition of ISKCON. And in that lecture, we have in brackets 2 or 3 quotes from Prabhupada's lectures from Folio saying that, to confirm what Śrila Narayanem Maharadžem is saying. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Kriyatam Yadi Utapi Lavyate Tatra Molam Abhimulya Ekalam Janma Koti Sukritar Nulabhyate. Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activities in hundreds and thousands of births. Sukritai. Sukritai means spiritual pious activities. It doesn't mean giving money to a hospital. Sukritai means that I do some unknowing sukriti, means I give a donation, get a book, and I don't know what I'm getting. And even if I don't read the book, I get sukritis for handling the book and giving the money for it. But then sukritis taken on a higher level is I know what I'm doing, but I don't have pure bhakti, but I'm still engaging in the motions of a person who has pure bhakti, pure prema bhakti or bhava bhakti. Both of them are sukritai. So, pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had by sukritis performed in hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is, intense greed to obtain it, which is called Raganuga Bhakti. If it is available somewhere, one should purchase it without delay. And then he writes in the purport, the previous 2 verses, which are from Padyavali, refers to devotional service in faith, or means Vaidhi Bhakti. And verse 70, this is this verse, refers to devotional service rendered out of intense greed, which means Raganuga Bhakti.